There's so much to consider when choosing in-home care services for a loved one. Tracy Scrivens is Executive Director of Absolute Companion Care, and today she is joined by registered nurse Robin Ferguson. Welcome, you two.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
I'm happy to have you both here. Tracy, I want to start by asking you, we have an RN here, so explain why having an RN on staff is such an integral part of the service that you provide at Absolute Companion Care.
Having an RN is really important because Robin is our front line. She goes in, she meets the client, she talks about their needs, she speaks with the family to find out how can our caregivers best assist these clients with their home care.
And Robin, tell us about the client assessments that are performed and why they are so necessary.
Well, when I first get the phone call or the email from the office indicating there's a client that possibly needs home care, the assessment is important because you go in and you figure out what they need, help them to understand what their needs are, and to also determine the compatibility of the client and the caregiver that's chosen to take care of them.
Which is really important, and I know we've had Absolute Companion Care on the show beforehand. That personal connection is really something that Absolute Companion Care prides itself upon. What else do you do for the company, Robin? And tell us about the clients that you're serving.
So most of the clients that we're serving are clients that are, they don't have to be, they're mainly aging in place is what I like to say.
Right, yes.
And they have determined that this is how they would like to have their their few years to finish their life. And most of the clients are living alone. And some of them are still independent. And so their family members, entrust in us that we're going to be able to take care of them the way that they've been used to being cared for.
Yes.
Also, what I do for Absolute Companion Care is, being a nurse, I can teach nursing training.
Okay.
The certified nursing assistants or the companions that are ones that are not certified but can do the job. I help them to understand, their value, and for training purposes. I also I'm available for the clients themselves and family members if they happen to need further training, just for things that may overlap in times we're not there.
I think that's wonderful because you're giving them an underlying vote of confidence and just ability in their skills that they might not have had if they didn't have an RN that they could actually talk to. So that's great. Now, if someone isn't sure if they or a loved one actually needs in-home care, what should they do to make sure that they're doing the right things for their loved ones or themselves?
Yeah, usually if you're not sure, that's where the assessment comes in.
Okay.
I go in and I can say, okay, can that person bathe themselves? Can that person prepare their own meals? Can that person get dressed without having falls? Are they aware of their environment? If there's some possible confusion that they may not be aware of. Then with all those questions answered, then the loved one or the client themselves can say, yeah, I think based on that, I think I do need help.
Yeah. And we were talking off camera beforehand just about this season, and I asked you if it was a busy season, and you said that beginning of the new year gets busy because family members come home, and then what were you telling me again?
Well, very often people come home, visit their parents, and find out, hey, Mom is struggling with getting dressed. I noticed that she stumbled a little bit when she was coming down the stairs, or things are very disorganized. I don't think her medication is being taken correctly. And they'll call us and say, what can you do to help?
So how can potential clients connect with the company if they're noticing something like that, especially over the holidays?
Well, they can give us a call in the office at 410-357-9640 or visit us on our website at absolutecompanion.com.
All right. I want to thank you both for being here and helping our viewers, especially right now. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.
Well, thank you.